Hi everyone and welcome back to the Authentic Aesthetician. My name is Zoe. I am an aesthetic clinic owner. I own Authentic Aesthetics Clinic in Warwickshire, Kenilworth, and I'm also a skin clinic coach helping other aesthetic businesses to run their practices more successfully. And today I wanted to take a deep dive into a skincare range today, and that product range is The Ordinary. So I'm sure you've all heard of The Ordinary. So within this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 best-selling products, taking a deep dive into those, some of the packaging issues that I have with this brand, going into a little bit of the philosophy of The Ordinary and how much of that we can trust and believe, and why all of this is important for the average skincare buyer. That means you. So how are The Ordinary products so cheap? Well, they have definitely cut costs with their kind of no frills packaging, going direct to consumer rather than focusing on these big third party brands. But again, there's always this concern with cost versus marketing. This is probably the biggest difference you'll see between medical ranges and high street. So a lot of the products you'll find within aesthetic clinics, so things like your Zio, your Illumia, things like that, these are ranges that unless you're in this industry, you've probably not heard of. And that's because they aren't spending money on advertising, basically. You know, the skincare industry is so saturated and they really have to push their brand to be able to cut through the noise, especially if you're selling in places like Boots and whatever, there's like 1,000 other product ranges to try and compete against. So what happens is these companies generally are spending a lot of money on marketing, and that means less money is actually going into the ingredients, into what's actually in that product. Pound for pound, this is why medical grade skincare products tend to be a lot more active, because the investment is going into the products rather than into these big advertising campaigns, celebrity endorsements, TV advertisements, things like that. So the real truth to this is going to be when we take a deep dive into the ingredients. So the USP for The Ordinary is that it focuses on simple skincare, just talking about these few different products and specific ingredients that are targeted towards whatever your concern is, basically. So you've got things like hyaluronic acid, you've got your glycolic acid, you've got your salicylic acid, and just being much more focused around that. It's meant to simplify everything. But the big concerns that I have is when I have clients coming into me for the first time, we'll talk through their current skincare routine, and they are using so many products because they've heard that all these different things are good, and the mindset is the more I can use, the better my skin will be. But your skin can only ever absorb so much. Really, the absolute maximum amount of products you physically want to be putting onto your skin, so like a serum, a cream, a gel, maximum 4 products, and the last one should always be your SPF. That would be like top tier. Anything more than that, your skin just can't absorb it, and a lot of these products can actually counteract each other. Some examples of these are where people are using like 4 different types of AHA, which your skin doesn't need, or they're using a lot of counteracting ingredients that aren't designed to work very well together. They're layering the products in the wrong order. And this is a problem when you kind of try to do DIY with skincare without any background knowledge of your skin type, your skin concerns, your skin's needs. A lot of the time you're going to be using a lot of products that your skin either doesn't need, you're going to be using too many products, or you're going to be layering them in the wrong way. And this is where I would always recommend that you go and see a skin specialist who can give you advice on what your skin type actually is and advise you on the best way to actually treat your skin with the ingredients that it actually needs. So with that, let's take a deep dive into their top 5 best-selling products and have a real look at the ingredients. Niacinamide is praised for oil control, reducing redness, refining pores, and improving skin tone. Zinc adds anti-inflammatory and sebum regulating effects. Niacinamide is often used in medical grade skincare at 4 to 5%. Clinical studies show that this is a sweet spot for tolerability and results. A 10% is too high for some skin types, often causing irritation, flushing and purging, or breakouts due to overstimulation of the skin barrier. The zinc at 1% is too low to be significantly anti-inflammatory in a meaningful clinical way. Who should avoid this? Sensitive, dry, rosacea prone, or reactive skins. Anyone already using actives like retinoids or exfoliants. The AHA 30% and BHA 2% peeling solution will give instant gratification, smoother texture, and glow after just one use. The blood red formula makes it feel medical or potent. I am concerned about the formulation of this, as medical grade chemical peels require professional application, neutralization, and aftercare. This product contains a 30% glycolic, which is very high for at home use, whereas the 2% salicylic is standard dose but harsh when layered with AHAs. This could be very barrier stripping if you used it too frequently. I would not recommend this for Fitzpatrick skin types 5 to 6 and any clients using retinoids or other actives. The multipeptide plus copper peptide 1% is aimed at anti-aging. It has peptides, hydration, and DNA repair claims via copper peptides. Peptides are very large molecules, and in open formulation serums, penetration is questionable unless enhanced via liposomal delivery or nanoencapsulation, which this lacks. Copper peptides do have some wound healing and anti inflammatory properties, but 1% is cosmetic grade, not clinical. This product contains multi-peptides that aren't clinically proven in synergy and textures that can peel under SPF or moisturizers. The hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5 is a simple hydration. Everyone understands hyaluronic acid. B5 is panthenol, which supports skin soothing and barrier health. Now, there's no delivery mechanism or molecular weight optimization. It claims to use multi-molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, but gives no breakdown of this. And the texture is thick and sticky, generally meaning it's just going to sit on top of the skin. And finally, the Gran-Active Retinoid 2% emulsion. This offers retinoid benefits without the downtime associated with retinol. Gran-Active Retinol is a retinoid ester and much weaker than retinoic acid or prescription grade retinol. Although 2% sounds high, only a fraction is active, the rest is a delivery matrix. Results from this product are going to be subtle and slow, not transformative. So I hope that's giving you a bit more in-depth knowledge into the range and the specific products that you may be using from within there. Maybe there's another one that you'd like some more advice on. Feel free to drop that in the comments. I think my biggest concern with this, as I mentioned at the start, is that you could just go and buy every single one of those products, but there could be a lot of things that you are layering that are going to counteract each other, or you're going to end up damaging your skin because you're using too much of the wrong things. A lot of the time with cosmetic products, I'm always just complaining that they say they have lots of actives and they don't. In some cases with this, they are using extremely potent formulations that, again, aren't going to be right for everybody. So it's just being educated, it's being aware, making sure you are doing the best for your skin and not over-treating it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And once again, we have another giveaway like I did in my last video. Now, if you are nearby to the clinic, then you are able to win a free consultation with myself. You can come in, we'll do a full skin scan, talk through all your skin concerns. If you're not nearby, don't worry, because we can do all of this by video call. I'm not going to push you to buy anything. I'm just going to talk through what you're actually using within your skincare, your concerns, your goals, and give you guidance and real advice from someone who actually understands skincare and skincare ingredients. So to get entered into the draw, all you need to do is like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I will be announcing the winner in 2 weeks like I did with my previous video. But good luck, everyone. As always, as I said, if there's anything else you'd like me to review, or if you wanted to give me your feedback about the Ordinary products or any other products you're using, then please drop a comment below.